And mentioning God, when did you reveal sharing your gifts with the world of music?
My calling, well, I mean, in terms of my calling, I feel like I was gifted in music from a very young age. It may be better for me to talk to you about what I've discovered about the calling. As people who love Jesus, we're supposed to do our best to emulate him or try and be like him. You know, it's crazy. I mean, we grow up seeing musicians like on stage and it's like they're the center of attention. But I feel like if one is exercising that calling correctly, the person on stage is making everything about everyone else rather than himself. I'm sure you know the story of Jesus in the garden right before he was about to be crucified, right? And he was like, I don't want to, but he knew that he had to sacrifice himself for the greater good. So, in my efforts to try and be like him, I kind of picture myself in the green room, before a show. And I think to myself, but God, I want to flex my hip as Coltrane licks, But God, I want to do all these jazz licks I've been shedding, or God, like I don't want to play smooth stuff right now. I want to swing, I feel like God would put on my heart that if we think about music and what it is, we as musicians have the ability to manipulate the mind and the soul and even the body. If you think about chill bumps, like how you get chill bumps, when I'm in that green room and when God puts that on my heart, I'm like, okay, like it's not about me. Musicians will oftentimes say we need to play what we like and it's all about us. We need to play what we like. And honestly, I might be one of the very few to tell you that I disagree, and it's not even about playing what the audience wants. It's about playing what, to your discernment, the audience needs, right? It's not about what I want. It's not about what even the audience wants. It's about what's best for the audience. Much like our relationship with God. If I can just tell, it's like spiritually, like there's just a sad energy or atmosphere. Well, they need to rejoice, so you got to play some gospel. Maybe for some reason, I don't know how, but maybe for some reason you can tell that people need to be understood like in their sorrow, And if they need to be understood in their sorrow, then they need to lament. And if they need to lament, then it would make sense to play the blues. You know what I mean? Because that's what would be best for them at the time. I must completely, to the best of my ability, sacrifice myself for the audience so that they can be uplifted at the end of the day. If we're talking about trying to be like Christ, he sacrificed himself so that he could uplift us.